What's happening, y'all? I'm gonna give y'all some stocks that I got on the watch list. I'm gonna give y'all a brief portfolio update, and I'm gonna also give y'all some swing trade plays setups. Make sure you like and subscribe, man. Get in the comments. Let me know a stock that you want to review or whatever the case is. I got you. So I got some stocks that I expect to do better than Nvidia next year, right? I also want to go over Nvidia. I want to talk to y'all. Y'all know Google came out with some TPUs, so I want to go over GPUs versus TPUs and what the future is going to look like now that companies like Meta and Google are actually making TPUs. Is that going to affect Nvidia? So we're going to talk about all of that. So let me get into the first stock. Let me get into the first stock that I like. Hold on, let me log into Robinhood real quick. So I like this stock a lot because it's AI related in a sense, right? Of course, when you think AI, you think AMD, you think Nvidia, but this company is in charge of course, with all these data centers that they're building. With all these data centers that they're building, of course, there's a lot of heat that all of these machines and everything is making, right? So hold on, y'all. Damn. Mm. All right, so I won't be able to give y'all an actual portfolio update. Look like I was having issues with my Robinhood login, but hold on, let me try one more time. Dang. All right, so the login ain't working too much. Um, so I'm gonna just pull it up on Trading View. I'll pull up the stocks that I'm looking at. As far as the portfolio update, we got about 5,000 in assets. As y'all can see, that big drop was, you know what I'm saying? I lost the swing trade, but we still up in the past 3 months, about 13%. The S&P 500 is up in the past 3 months, only what 5%. So we still killing the market. I had that one bad trade, but we still up. We still up. I bought some Nvidia shares. We got a total of, let me see, we got a total of what, 16, I think. Yeah, we got a total of 16 Nvidia shares. Hopefully I could get that to 20 soon, but I'm gonna pull up some stocks that I expect to explode, right? And this one has ran up already. I still think it got some room to run. I don't like chasing stocks, but this stock is looking excellent. So we're gonna pull up the first one on my list, on my watch list. I really would like this stock if it made a major drop, but the stock that I'm talking about is VRT, right? Vertiv Holding. And VRT, they are what cool the data centers. So they're making all of these data centers, and as y'all know, they're doing massive amount of spendings on data centers. VRT is in charge of cooling these data centers. So while these companies are spending massive amounts of money with Nvidia to build these data centers, with Taiwan Semiconductor for the chips for these data centers, VRT is helping cool the data center, the data centers. So they're gonna need cooling, and VRT looks like they are in charge of that. VRT year to date is up 60%, outperforming the market, outperforming all of the Mag 7. And that's why I'm a little hesitant on VRT. but I love the stock. I just think it might be slightly overvalued. It could continue to go up and blow things out of the water. I'm not too sure, but if you get in now, at least you got the stock. If you wait, then you know what I'm saying. You could miss out, or you could wait for another drop for a sale. Another stock that I like, and I literally just mentioned it, is Taiwan Semiconductor. Taiwan Semiconductor makes most of all of the chips. Like they make chips for everything, cell phones, vehicles, everything that needs a chip. Taiwan Semiconductor is like the Nvidia of the chips, right? They also outperformed Nvidia this year. I expect them to outperform Nvidia next year as well. Taiwan Semiconductor, ticker symbol TSM. There's not another company close to second place. I mean, they like there's been battles with governments over this company, right? So Taiwan Semiconductor definitely gonna beat the S&P 500. I didn't add it to the portfolio originally because I was worried about them being in Taiwan and China invading Taiwan. But Taiwan Semiconductor now has a plant in Arizona, and I feel like America is gonna protect that company. So that's a miss out on me. I'm not gonna chase Taiwan Semiconductor, but I definitely like the stock, right? So we got Taiwan Semiconductor, and we have VRT, the data center cooling company. Another sleeper, another sleeper I really like for next year is I like Amazon. Amazon is only up 3.5% this year. I feel like next year is going to be Amazon's year because it's only up 3%. I feel like next year they're going to make up for it. Of course, Christmas is coming up, so they're going to blow this quarter out the water, and that's going to help propel the stock upward in the upward direction after holiday season. We just finished Black Friday. Christmas is coming up, and you can't think Black Friday and Christmas without Amazon. So Amazon is definitely gonna do good next year. Not really sure if they're gonna outperform Nvidia, but I really like Amazon next year, right? This company, I mentioned it earlier in the year. Of course, they were on sale. I'm not a stock chaser, but Google. Google had a massive run up recently. They're actually leading the Mag 7, and Google has done a great job with AI. There were fears earlier in the year that Google should have did what ChatGPT did, but Google has integrated AI across its entire platform. And don't forget about Google Maps. Don't forget about their partnership with Waymo and Waymo partnering with Uber. Don't forget about them being the king of search. Don't forget about YouTube. Google is literally probably the best company outside of Nvidia and Taiwan Semiconductor on the stock market. I love everything about Google, everything they do. They're no longer the cheapest in the Mag 7 anymore, but I still like Google. I still like Google. Another excellent player to add in your portfolio is going to be Meta. Meta, the social media king, you can't outdo them with social media, so they're gonna continue to go up. I feel like they might have flopped on the Oculus goggles, but these Ray Bans, these I forget what they call them, but the Ray Bans that they're coming out, those glasses probably gonna do a little bit better than those. But you can't touch social media. Social media is like the new TV, right? And you keep it in your hand. So you on it all day long. You can't not own Meta in your portfolio, right? So I gave y'all a couple good ones. I mean, a lot of them were obvious, but the first one I really like. Oh, and last but not least, Y'all know I like a good stock on sale, and I talked about this one before. It did go up last week, $27. So I feel like Adobe is now poised for that explosion that I've been telling y'all about, that I've been looking for. Adobe is still down $100 year to date, 22%. But in this past week, it went up $30. So I think it's time to get Adobe. Adobe is a great company. They also have integrated AI into their systems, and Adobe's gross profit margins are really high, consistently over 80%. You cannot miss this run up that Adobe is about to have, right? So I gave y'all a bunch of stocks. I know some of them are obvious. Of course, Nvidia is on there, but now I'm gonna give y'all some swing trade plays before we get out of here. So I got some swing trade plays for y'all. I got like two. I do expect the market to continue to go up. So you know what I'm saying? Not too much, not too much of a not too much of a surprise if any swing trade you get into goes to the upside, but um I did have two plays. I got one at the top of my head, but I forgot about the other one, to be honest. So y'all bear with me. I'm about to look this up right now. Um I might have screenshotted it. Oh, okay, cool. I did. All right. So I got two swing trade plays for y'all. I know I called McDonald's last week. It looked like it flopped. But I like Home Depot for the cup and handle pattern, right? So with Home Depot, we got a cup and handle pattern. It's a pattern where you see like a cup shape at the bottom. Remember, we read charts from left to right. So if you look all the way to the right, we have a cup and then we have a handle. On top of having the cup and handle, we got the nine-day EMA. As you can see, that last green candle is above the 9 EMA, and the 9 EMA is sloped upwards. When you want confirmation that a stock is gonna go in the upward direction, you want EMA to slope upwards, right? And when I say the 9 EMA, it's this orange line that holds close to price, right? The 9 EMA is always gonna hold close to price. When it's beneath the 9 EMA, you think the price is gonna go down. When it's above the 9 EMA, you expect when the price is above the 9 EMA, this line, orangish line right here, then you expect the market to go up. So we had a cup and handle pattern. We also have that 9 EMA. So I like Home Depot if it breaks above this consolidation area going to the upside, right? So let me give y'all a quick illustration of cup and handle so y'all can see what that looks like. All right. So we're gonna switch the screen to an explanation of cup and handle, and then I'm gonna give y'all my last swing trade play, which I like more than this than Home Depot. But as you can see, a cup and handle is almost like the stock comes down sometimes, or it even goes up, but most of the time it comes down. It creates a bowl. You know what I mean? Almost like a consolidation, and then like a little flag afterwards, and then there's a breakout once it breaks the top of the flag pattern. So it's almost like a cup slash bull flag pattern. Once it breaks that consolidation after the cup, then it breaks out. So if we go back to Home Depot, I like Home Depot on the swing trade. It doesn't significantly resemble a cup and handle, but because it's above the 9-day EMA, the 9 EMA and the MACD is green, it's worth a look. But I like this setup way better. So I'm gonna give y'all the next swing trade play. And this of course is a stock that's a must buy, of course. just because news has been bad and the market seemed like it's been running up without it, you cannot forget the king of AI, Nvidia, right? But I like Nvidia because if you look, it looks like we have an inverse head and shoulders, and we're above the 9-day EMA, and the MACD is about to turn green. Nvidia is a solid swing trade play set up for next week, which also means that Nvidia should be going up next week. So if you want to get you some shares on Monday for Nvidia, not a bad idea. If you want to swing trade Nvidia, I like the setup. We got the inverse head and shoulders. We're above the 9-day EMA with the 9-day EMA swooping up, and the MACD looks like it's going to turn green starting on Monday, right? So now I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Everybody's been talking about Nvidia and what, you know what I mean. Oh, they're cooked. Game over for Nvidia. So I asked ChatGPT, is there another company that can overtake Nvidia in the near future? Right. And of course, there's prospects. Anything is possible, right? So we got AMD, but why Nvidia still has the edge, and this is what I want y'all to look at, right? A lot of people think that Nvidia is only selling the chips, only selling the GPUs, but Nvidia's biggest weapon is CUDA, right? And that's their software stack. This is the software that people are running their AIs on, right? So even if these companies were to try to switch to Google's TPUs or Meta's TPUs, they would have to change their whole infrastructure because they're already building on NVIDIA's platforms. So NVIDIA's platform is, the TPUs that Google and Amazon are making are specific process units, right? They are used for specific tasks. But NVIDIA's GPUs are more of a generalized. So they can take market share from NVIDIA by creating TPUs and allowing it for specific tasks. But NVIDIA is a generalized, you can use GPUs for almost anything. Also, replacing what they've already purchased from Nvidia would be too costly. The best bet is for them to continue to build on Nvidia. Nvidia is the future, still going to be my number one holding in the portfolio, even though I expect a lot of these other stocks that I mentioned in the video today to outperform Nvidia potentially next year. I'm Mike the Money Motivator, man. Get you some of these stocks on sale. Don't forget to get some Bitcoin and Ethereum because they also dropped recently. And don't forget to like and subscribe.